Welcome to Kev's Twisted Humor. Today we explore the life and comedy of David Letterman. Did you know that David Letterman, one of the greatest American television hosts, initially wanted to be a weatherman? That's right, folks. Before the laughter, the late-night shows, and the legacy, young Letterman was dreaming of forecasting Indiana's weather patterns. Born and raised in the heartland of America, Letterman's early life was as humble and grounded as the Midwestern soil he was born on. His first taste of broadcasting wasn't in front of a camera, but rather behind a microphone at a college radio station. As a student at Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana, Letterman found his voice and his passion. His wit, charm, and natural ability to engage an audience were already evident, even in those early days. But it was more than just a college hobby for Letterman. It was a glimpse into his future, a future that would take him far beyond the weather forecast. Little did he know that his stint at the college radio station was just the beginning of an illustrious career in the entertainment industry. But the weatherman dream didn't last long. Letterman found his true calling in the world of comedy. A change in direction led him from the predictability of weather forecasts to the unpredictable world of stand-up. A move to Los Angeles was the first step in this new journey. The city of angels, filled with dreams, aspirations, and a vibrant comedy scene, was the perfect backdrop for his transition. His early days in stand-up were filled with trial and error, laughter and silence, applause and awkwardness. But Letterman, with his quick wit and unique style, found a way to navigate the rough waters. The stage became his second home, the microphone his confidant, and the audience his best critics. His humor was raw, honest, and unapologetically him. Through perseverance and a natural knack for making people laugh, he carved out a niche for himself in the comedy scene. Letterman was well on his way to becoming a household name, but his rise to fame had just begun. From stand-up comedian to the king of late-night television, Letterman's journey was nothing short of extraordinary. As the curtain rose on the Late Night with David Letterman show, a new era of television was ushered in. It was the early 80s, and the airwaves were buzzing with the same old sitcoms and talk shows. But Letterman was about to change all that. His arrival on the late-night scene was like a breath of fresh air. Here was a man who didn't just sit behind a desk and read off cue cards. He was out there, in the thick of it, engaging with the audience, bantering with guests, and making everyone feel like they were part of the show. His style was distinct, his wit sharp. He had a knack for asking the questions that others wouldn't dare, and his interviews were as unpredictable as they were entertaining. He was a master of the unexpected, whether it was throwing watermelons off a roof or wearing a suit made entirely of Alka-Seltzer. The Late Night with David Letterman show was an instant hit. It was unlike anything else on television, and audiences couldn't get enough. Letterman's unique brand of comedy, infused with a healthy dose of irreverence, was a game-changer. He didn't just host a show, he created a late-night phenomenon. As the years rolled on, the show's popularity soared. It became a launching pad for aspiring comedians and a must-see for anyone who wanted a good laugh before bedtime. Letterman's influence was undeniable. He had a way of making even the most mundane topics hilarious, and his top 10 lists became a cultural staple. But it wasn't just the laughs that made Letterman a late-night king. It was his authenticity, his refusal to play by the rules, and his ability to connect with audiences on a personal level. He had a knack for making the ordinary extraordinary, and that's what set him apart. Letterman had become a late-night staple, making audiences laugh and setting the bar high for future hosts. His reign may have ended, but his legacy lives on. He was, is, and will always be the late-night king. Even after retiring, Letterman's influence on late-night television remains unmatched. In 2015, David Letterman bid farewell to late-night television, leaving an indelible mark on the genre. After 33 years of entertaining us from behind the desk, he hung up his signature double-breasted suit and gap-toothed grin. But that was far from the end of the road for our favorite late-night host. Retirement for Letterman wasn't about resting on his laurels. Instead, it was an opportunity to reinvent himself and continue doing what he did best, making us laugh. He embarked on a new journey with a Netflix original, My Next Guest Needs No Introduction. A far cry from his late-night routine, this show presented a more relaxed, bearded Letterman, engaging in in-depth conversations with some of the most influential people in the world. And even though the format was different, his wit and charm were as potent as ever. He showed us that he could still keep an audience hooked, even without the late-night backdrop and the studio audience's comforting laughter. His interviews were thoughtful, insightful, and of course filled with his signature humor. Letterman's legacy is not just about the countless hours of laughter he provided us, but also about his unique approach to humor. He was never afraid to be himself, to push boundaries, and to challenge the status quo. His edgy, irreverent style of comedy set the tone for many who followed in his footsteps, shaping the landscape of late-night television as we know it today. His journey from a small-town weatherman to one of the most respected figures in entertainment is a testament to his unrivaled talent and relentless dedication. He showed us that comedy could be more than just a means to entertain, but a powerful tool to engage, question, and inspire. From aspiring weatherman to late-night legend, David Letterman's journey is a testament to his wit, charm, and undeniable talent. His legacy continues to shape the world of late-night television, and for that, we tip our hats to the man who made us laugh, think, and stay up way past our bedtime. The Letterman legacy lives on. In the words of the man himself, there is no off position on the genius switch. And so, we've journeyed through the life and career of David Letterman, a man who began with an unusual start and leaped into the world of comedy with gusto. He quickly became the king of late-night television, offering us a fresh take on this format with his intelligent humor and insightful interviews. His legacy continues to live on, influencing countless comedians and entertainers who grace our screens today. He showed us that comedy can be more than just laughter. It can be a powerful tool for commentary, for connection, and for sparking thought. His career is a testament to his genius, a genius that never switches off. And so we sign off, reflecting on the life of David Letterman, a man who turned late-night television into a platform for intelligent humor and insightful interviews, a titan of comedy and a legend in his own right.